Mike, thanks for joining us on Inside NAU. It's a pleasure to have you on the program. As we tape this interview, you've been on the job for roughly a month or so. What's it been like so far?
It's exceeded expectations, the people, the desire to do more, the collaboration with campus. I'm just concluding one-on-one meetings with all of our coaches and staff, everybody. I'm pleased with what I'm hearing and learning as much as I can.
What was it about NAU? What was it about Northern Arizona University athletics, Flagstaff, Arizona as a community to live, to work, to raise a family? What was it about those things that attracted you so much to this position from Washington State?
Well, it was the community, and I don't just mean the beautiful topography of Flagstaff. I mean the people had a lot to do with it, and the commitment from upper administration, starting with President Chang, all the way through, that I witnessed firsthand the desire for athletics to play an even greater role in elevating the brand of this entire institution.
You have been a very busy man. You alluded to this a few moments ago, Mike. You've been out and about a lot. So one of the first trips that you made was to SoCal. How'd that go?
It was awesome, and usually I get to ask about one question when meeting with donors or alums or friends of the university, and that is, well, how did you like your time at NAU or Flagstaff? And then I'm pretty much out of the conversation because the passion runs so deep that their answer sometimes lasts all the way through our coffee hour together. So that's very encouraging.
What are you hearing from fans, alumni, folks that are engaged with Northern Arizona University athletics? What are they telling you?
I think it's really two things, Mitch. I think, one, I'm hearing a lot of pride, but I'm also hearing desire. Desire for more, a desire for the athletic program to make sure that it's keeping pace with the rapid growth of the university in this community.
What are your priorities? Do you have a set of things that are in your mind that you want to try to accomplish 6 months in, 12 months, 18, etc.? Do you have that, or are you learning on the job a little bit as well in that regard?
Well, I've been fortunate to be around some really good people, and I think a blueprint develops everywhere. And you take a little bit from where you've been, but no one blueprint works at different institutions, in my experience. But it really comes down to two things. It comes down to making sure that we're doing everything we can to maximize the academic potential of our student athletes and also maximize their athletic potential. To do that, it comes down to people. Building a team within the athletic department, within the university, within the community, and facilities play a large role in making sure that we're maximizing both of those potentials of young people.
Oh boy, you just hit the nail on the head there on the facilities, because everybody asks about the question about facilities. It's just the ongoing issue for NAU athletics now for years. What are your thoughts? What's the vision? What's the desire? Where are we going with that?
Well, I have visited with the president, and she certainly is in alignment that athletics needs to continue to move forward in a variety of ways. We have not narrowed our focus at this time just to one facility. There's multiple things we're looking at: academic center, performance center, basketball arena. And I think at the end of the day, we'll look at what's feasible first and foremost, and then we'll ask ourselves what benefits as many student athletes as possible, and what can elevate the brand of the athletic program and in turn the university.
What are some of the biggest challenges from your perspective for the Big Sky Conference and perhaps for FCS football at that level? What do you see out there are the biggest hurdles?
As the Power Five continues to have autonomy, there is a trickle-down effect to that I think we need to be conscious of to make sure that as FCS football programs we're being treated fairly. Exposure. I think the Big Sky Conference has done a nice job of being creative and making sure that our programs are exposed through a variety of mediums. So those are just a couple of things to keep our eye on, and also making sure that we are selling our brand of athletics, our brand of football, because there's a whole lot of young people that have worked very hard their entire life to earn that Division I scholarship. And we are Division I athletics here at NAU.
You make a good point about the Power Five autonomy and some of the changes, some of the proposals that are out there that could have a trickle-down effect on the lower levels, the Group of Five schools, the FCS schools. Any thoughts on some of the things that are being proposed right now in terms of student athlete transferability and those type of things?
Well, I'll tell you, the thing that I think is still being figured out is the early signing date in football. How is that going to benefit FCS programs? Do you sign early, or do you wait a little while and see what the Power Five did in the early signing period? So that'll be a game of chess going forward that'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
What's the one thing that gets you the most excited about your new job in Flagstaff?
The student athletes. You know, I met with our IAC group recently, and I told them, hey, you make me go. And part of my charge as the leader of NAU athletics is make sure that we are surrounded by people and staffed by people that also get their inspiration, their energy, et cetera, from the young people that we're charged with. You know, their family, their friends drop them off here and expect us to take care of them in a variety of ways, and we take that responsibility extremely serious.
Mike, I am going to make the point for you, but I want you to tie it up. Every time I turn around, you're talking to somebody. Why is that so important to you?
I'm curious by nature. You know, I'm curious what makes people go. I'm curious what they get excited about. I'm curious what they're thinking. We will value all opinions at NAU Athletics and input, and we'll value all criticism, because I think at the end of the day, criticism, if used right, can be constructive, and people generally don't share their criticism unless they care.
Mike Marlow, new Vice President for Intercollegiate Athletics at Northern Arizona University. Thank you for allowing me to share you with everybody on Inside NAU. It's great to have you on board.